what he did was, after getting this location and that location, I believe the guy was asking for $200. So Prabhupada said, we would like you to become a member of our society, a trustee. And he said, oh, really? And so Prabhupada gave him some books. He said, yes. And he accepted. Prabhupada said, yes, it's only $20 a month, and you can deduct from the rent. So that's what Prabhupada was very smooth in his transactions. He was a Calcutta man, so he couldn't, pull one over on him, even the New Yorkers. So obviously it's a very exciting place to be here. I've been here, serving here for about 9 years. And when I take the time out to stop and think and realize where I am, I really still feel very grateful that I'm serving here at 26 2nd Avenue. And a lot of times you can walk in and out and not realize the importance and significance of this location. But when all of you come, or when guests come and visit and they appreciate this location, I've seen people come, stop, their cab stop right.
ISKCON centers around the world. Prabhupada's vision, he could see that there would be temples around the world in a very short time. So on his business card, when it just had this one storefront temple, it already said centers around the world. The program back in the day was very simple. It was kirtan, lots of kirtan. If you look on that one picture there, where they had just moved because 26 2nd Avenue was getting too small to fit all the devotees in this little storefront. There's a picture there and it says, moved, come for kirtan, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Basically, they would advertise as kirtan, stay high forever, by chanting Hare Krishna. People would come here, and there's a video on Google, I think, or YouTube that you can watch that somebody just dug up and put on YouTube. And it's a video of devotees and guests at one of these gatherings. And you just see these drugged out hippies packed in this room here, from front to back. And they're just totally blissing out on some simple Mahamantra melody. They would just chant that melody for 3-4 hours and just completely zone out. Spaz out on the Maha Mantra. And that was the program back then. People got really, really blissful by chanting. Next street over, that's Kirtanananda Swami's temple. Prabhupada trained Kirtanananda Swami. He was one of the first disciples. He trained him how to cook. And then eventually Kirtanananda Swami became the cook. But in the early days, Prabhupada would personally cook all the meals for the devotees here. Prabhupada would live in a little apartment upstairs. Here's the backyard, there's the little garden, and there was an apartment up there, first floor, where Prabhupada would live in. And actually the deities, Prabhupada's deities were upstairs in his apartment. So down here it was just for guests, Kirtan hall. Many, many stories that you can read about in Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita about this place. So I encourage you to read those stories and get a feel for ISKCON's history. I was mentioning to some people on the way in that if it wasn't for this little storefront temple, none of us would be here. Because this is where it all started. This is where the seed was planted. People came for kirtan, they blissed out, and they were our parents. And the people who made our parents devotees.